Hey guys, Preston Walson here. I just wanted to hop on and do a short little video about me and why I got into real estate. I was born and raised here in Moab. I grew up, and growing up we always had a little bit of side hustles. We had to do some other work to supplement our income and be able to afford it here in this town. We grew up, one of our primary things that we did was we chopped firewood. We'd go up to the mountains and we would use chainsaws. We would down the trees and cut them up, haul them back, and do firewood. And we sold it to the local gas stations, and that's how we helped contribute to our family's income from, a young age. Also on the side, we, with my dad, my dad was a UPS driver, and he started to dabble in real estate. And he started to do a little bit of flipping homes on the side, and when I was 12 years old, I ended up being one of the best paid kids on the block. I was making $12 an hour helping my dad flip homes. At that time, that was pretty dang good money, and that went a long ways, but in today's inflationary period, maybe not so much. That really kind of stemmed some serious interest in real estate. And later on, my father became a broker, got his license, he started selling, became a broker, and had his own company. Growing up as well, sports was a big part of my life, and I ended up playing baseball. And in large part to my firewood chopping days, I had a little bit of success there, and people used to ask my dad why the Walson brothers could hit so many home runs, and he always claimed it was because they chopped firewood. And not a lot of the other parents really bought into that, even though some of the similar muscles and dynamics. So after high school, I went and served a LDS mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I spent 2 years in Chihuahua, Mexico, where I learned Spanish and became fluent. Taught the gospel principles there. I came home and played a little bit of college baseball. I was very passionate about it, and just realized that things weren't really going to go that direction and work out the way I had originally planned. So I made a life change and started hitting the books and studying really hard. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, my father had very tactfully and just quietly prompted for me to get my real estate license, and I got it, but I didn't really think much of it. I already thought that he was in real estate, he already fulfilled that role, and that he didn't need much help. At college, I started to gain a network and started to be mentored by some of these big-time real estate players that have done some really big things. One of these folks was a co-founder of Wyndham Resorts, early founder of that, and he worked alongside Trammell Crow and developed a lot of real estate. Other folks had multi-billion-dollar developments that they had successfully completed in California. A lot of these guys just took the time of day to meet with me, have lunch, sit down, and just see what I was needing, what my questions were. And slow and steady between their mentorship and my father's mentorship, I started to gain a real knowledge and understanding of real estate and how it all worked. It's because of that I became very passionate about it. I moved home to Moab, Utah, and started selling under my dad, and it was great. Started helping him out a lot and providing the value that I could bring. Thereafter, he all of a sudden was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. This diagnosis was very hard for our family to accept. It brought us a lot of restfulness, and was the hardest moments of my life. The whole world got turned upside down. My father, my employer, was sick, and he was fighting heroically to save his own life. And he ended up not winning the battle. But I've never seen anybody as heroic as he was in his battle for his life. He gave it all. Gave it all to his family. He worked hard. Gave it all to his everybody around him, and really, really changed the life of those around him, doing good. It was his passing that spurred me having to step into his role as principal broker of Moab Premier Properties, and being as passionate as I am about real estate, it's been really hard to see my father go. It's been the hardest thing in my entire life. I hope and pray that it's the hardest thing I ever experience. But that aside, I am extremely excited to fulfill his role and carry his legacy forward with his real estate brokerage. And yeah, thanks for listening.